Awesome, let's do it. So we're gonna actually get on the floor first, and we're gonna do tabletops. So we're actually gonna open up your hips like this. You're gonna have your hands right next to behind your shoulders. Your feet are gonna be a little bit in front. You're gonna try to come with your hips nice and high as you can, and push back. As you're going up, I want your fingers to point out so you feel a slight stretch on around your shoulders. You're gonna try to go nice and high for 10 to 15. That's 4. I want you to squeeze your butt at the top. 5, 6, 7, perfect. 8. Hopefully everybody's feeling that on their hips. 9, 10. And as we get a little bit more open, we're gonna spread our hands out a little bit. And you're still working on that. It's just less stress on the shoulders now. 12, 13, last 2. 14 and 15. Perfect. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to reach out to the side with our opposite arm, right? So we're going to try to do a tabletop with all 4s and then reach out to the opposite side. As you're reaching out, I want your hips to go higher up, right? We're going to go back down, and now you're going to go reach the other way. So you should feel like your hip is going higher than your chest. We're going to go 10 on each side. That's 2. And hopefully you're feeling it across your back and hopefully your hip. What you want to make sure you're trying to do is engage your butt, your glutes, more than your lower back. As you engage your butt more than your lower back pain should go down a little bit more. 5, 6, 7, almost there. Keep pushing those hips up as you're getting tired. 7, 8, last 2, 9, 10, and 10. Beautiful. So hopefully that felt really good. Warming up your shoulders, your glutes, and your hamstrings. We're now going to go to a child's pose with thoracic rotation. So we're going to go into a child's pose. So I want you to try to inch your way out as much as you can with your hands and try to get your hips into your butt into your butt into your ankles. And as we're doing this, we should feel a stretch on our lats, on our shoulders, hopefully, and our hips and our knees. Once we feel pretty comfortable with this, we're going to relax and bring the hands a little bit closer. You're going to have one hand behind your head. You're going to push that elbow as high as you can, keeping your butt against your ankles and your shoulder as close as you can to the floor. So down, up. Let's get that 10 times. Nice and easy. Down, up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. So now we're going to go to the other side. Come up and stretch out. I want you to reach as far as you can. Hold it there for a second. Once you feel ready, you're going to take that opposite hand. So now it's going to be my right hand. I'm going to try to reach up to the sky. This side is a lot harder for me to do because it's tighter, without letting anything come off the floor. If you have to, you can take your hips up a little bit. It makes it easier. But if you really want to try to challenge your mobility, try to keep your hips into your ankles and then your elbow and your shoulder as low as you can to the ground on the opposite side. 6, good. 7, 8, 9, take your time on this. 10, perfect. Slowly get yourself to sit into a nice and easy ankle stretch right here. It shouldn't hurt when you're doing this. We're now going to go into an inchworm, into a cobra, right? So we're going to take our time. We're going to stand up nice and tall. Take a deep breath. We're going to reach down, keeping your legs as straight as you can. We're going to inch our way out. So walking our hands as far away into a push-up position. I want you to slowly drop your knees, slowly drop your hips. Try to reach, look up into the sky. You should feel a slight back stretch. And now we're going to slowly pick up the way we left off, right? So you're going to pick up your hips. You're going to pick up your knees using your core, not your lower back. And you're going to slowly inch your way back up. Nice and tall. Reach overhead. And then we're going to repeat that 6 more times. Nice and easy. Reach all the way forward into a push-up position. Drop your knees, drop your hips, keep your elbows locked out. Try and see if you can look up. You should feel a slight back stretch. Now you're gonna try to bring your core into action. Start tightening up your core. Push your hips up, push your knees up, and push yourself back up. 2. Let's keep doing that. Sorry, I forgot to reach up top. Down, down, look up, stretch, up, up, abs tight. Nice and high. And reach. Hopefully that feels good. It shouldn't hurt your lower back, right? Down, down, look up. Reach up. Breathe. Good. This one really gets everything. If you think about it, and your heart rate will probably start going up if it hasn't already. Reach up. Pick up. Core tight. Abs tight. Reach up. Let's do 2 more. Knees down. Hips down. Look up. Hips up. Knees up. Inch your way back. Stand up. Reach. And last one. Take your time on this. Take your time on this. You want to make sure everything's tight until your knees go down. Then you can slowly start loosening up your back. You can stay here for a couple of seconds. Abs are tight again. You bring your hips up, knees up, and then back up. Reach. Nice. That should have warmed up a lot of other things because now I'm sweating. So we're going to keep ourselves standing up. And we're going to go arm circles forward, right? We're going to open up those arms, open up those shoulders. Let's go about 10 arm circles forward. Breathe throughout the movement. Don't hold your breath, especially after that. We definitely raise our heart rate. We're now going to go backwards. So we're going to try to slowly reach back as far as you can. So for me, it's really hard once I get up top to reach back with keeping my arms stretched. I have to bend my elbows a little bit, and that's okay. 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to go side to side. 1, and I'm alternating which one goes on top every time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. And now we're going to go into elbow circles. So I'm going to have my elbows bent in front of me. I'm going to make circles the opposite direction of each other. So I'm going to try to keep my elbows together next to my rib cage, and I'm trying to make circles with my wrist and my forearms. I'm going to go 10 this direction and then 10 the inside circles. Good. Now we're going to go inside. Warming up those elbows. You can let your elbows move if you need to. You should definitely feel some flexion in your elbow joints. Good. Now I'm going to do the same thing but wrist individually and then together. So we're going to go outside first, wrist circles. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Good. Now we're going to go back forward the inside way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to go interlock your fingers, and we're going to go wrist circles. One goes one way, one goes the other way. Going to go clockwise, I'm sorry. About 10. And then you're going to go counterclockwise about 10. And it should feel slightly different when your hands are apart from when your hands are together, right? It should feel slightly different. All right, now we're going to go finger flings. So you're going to try to open and close your hands as much as you can. Open, close, open, close, open, close. Extend that opening and then tight fist, right? You're trying to pump your forearms with blood and trying to take the blood back into your forearms. We're going to do about 20 of these. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18. 20. Beautiful. All right, so that's our upper body warm up, and now we're gonna go back to a little bit of lower body. We're gonna do a 3-way lunge. So I'm gonna keep my left leg in place. With my right leg, I'm gonna step forward, right? That's my first one. Then I'm gonna step to the side. I'm gonna keep my inside leg straight. I'm gonna step back. That's my 3-way lunge. Let me show you facing your way. I'm gonna step forward. Right? I'm going to step to the side, keeping the inside leg straight, and then I'm going to step back. Right? So I'm going to take my time doing that. I'm going to go 3 on the right, not moving the left, meaning, and 3 on the left, not moving the right. So my left leg is still. I'm going to go forward, Inside is straight, and then back. That is one. I'm gonna do it again. Forward, inside is straight, and like anything, we wanna warm up into this without knee pain. So if you feel like your knees are hurting, don't go as low in the beginning. And as you start getting more into it, drive that knee as low as you can to the ground. So that was 3 in my right. Now I'm gonna do 3 in my left. So my right staying still, my left leg's going forward, out to the side, and then back. And forward, out to the side, back. One last time, forward, out to the side, and back. And hopefully that's a good warm up for your hip area. And then the last one we got over here, we're gonna do a standing starfish to opposite leg. So what does a starfish look like? Like this, right? Your limbs are spread out, your legs are spread out. So what I want you to try to do, this one may look like a little old school stretch, but it actually really works if you think about it. I'm gonna have you stick your butt back, and as you're sticking your butt back, you're gonna hinge your hips forward, and you're gonna touch your opposite hand to opposite leg, keeping that hand that is not being used outside, right? So you're gonna go here, here, trying to minimally knee bend. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. Not everybody can do that. Your legs straight. The knee bend's gonna look like a little bit like this, right? I wanna make sure I'm bowing out my legs. I'm coming up every time straight, but I'm bowing out my legs if I have to bend my knee. Now I'm gonna try to think about knees straight, locked out. I'm gonna hinge my hips back, and now I'm really gonna feel it in my hamstring, right? Hinge my hips back, really feeling in my hamstring. Breathe. Exhale. We're gonna do about 2 more on each side. Sweating a little bit over here. Hopefully you're warmed up too. And let's get one last one. Perfect. As you can see, I probably bent my knee a little bit on the opposite leg. That's my mobility, just like anything. For everybody, it'll be a little bit different. If you need to bend your knee a little bit, that's completely fine. And then the last one I want to finish up with is we're going to go to the bottom. And I have this fireplace right here, so I'm going to use it if I need it. But I'm going to go into the bottom of a squat. I'm going to hold it there, right? So ideally, you have your ankles, or your heels down. If you can, bring your heels up a little bit and slowly try to drive that heel into the floor. Play around with it. We're going to stay here for a minute. Let's just hang out. This should be really good for your lower back, right? So I like hanging out here a lot of times and just trying to make sure that my back's feeling good. I'm seeing how my body feels. I rock side to side. I go forward and back, stretch out my ankles a little bit. Sometimes I'll make circles, but I try to do at least 1 minute a day of this just to make sure my body feels good. Just like everybody else, people think we don't need stretching, but we try to stretch a lot because a lot of times we're working with clients so much that we don't actually have time for ourselves, and we don't have time to work out. So we try to do this once in a while when we can and get a couple of minutes of just almost like meditating for your back and your joints and making sure everything's aligned. This should actually feel really good in your lower back too. And as we age, we want to make sure we can hit this position, not loaded, unloaded all the time if we can. We'll have less pain on any joint if we don't have any pain on this motion. All right? Well, thanks for joining me today. It was really fun. Hope you got something out of it.